Are you lifting your heart? Are you lifting your hands to the King? He's not some symbolic king. He's a sovereign king. He's not simply here to inspire you to live a great life. He's here expecting your submission to his leadership over your life. Gold acknowledges Jesus as king. See, throughout history, gold has been considered the most valuable metal. It's always been a symbol of material value, of worth, and it's always accompanied kings, royalty, right? So look again at the question the Magi asked. Look at verses 1 and 2 of Matthew 2. Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem saying, where is he who's been born king of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose. We've come to worship him. Where is he that's been born king? Gold signifies him as king. And notice what they say. We saw his star rising, and we have come to worship him. See, the star in the heavens rising was for royalty. In particular, Isaiah had prophesied about this. If you have your Bible, turn to Isaiah chapter 60. I want to show you this picture of a star rising. This will not be on the screen. This is bonus, okay? This is for free, okay? Bonus points for you, all right? If you turn to Isaiah 60, all right? Look at verses 1 through 3. It says, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and thick darkness the peoples, but the Lord will arise upon you, and his glory will be seen upon you, and nations shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising. That phrase, nations shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising. Go back to Matthew 2. For we saw his star rising, and we have come to worship him. Magi, three kings of Orient are, right? Trying to smoke this cigar, however you made the song sound as a kid, right? The Magi, the three kings, come from afar to worship him. Now, some of you go, well, I don't see it exactly as you see it, Pastor. Why? Some of you are like, Pastor said it, it's true. Others are like, I don't know about that. Well, keep reading. Look at verse 6. A multitude of camels shall cover you, the young camels of Midian and Ephah. All those from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and frankincense, and shall bring news. They shall bring good news, the praises of the Lord. So there, you who doubt. They're bringing gold and frankincense. They also added myrrh to that, right? They're bringing gold and frankincense. They saw the star rising. Royalty, the king has been born. And these kings, these Gentile kings, come from afar and a long journey at a great expense to open their hearts and open their hands. It's a beautiful picture of what worship looks like. You know, people will travel hundreds, if not thousands of miles to watch college football, right? They'll travel a long way to go skiing on vacation. We go on these journeys. These guys, we're going to go worship the King of the Jews. That teaching has been passed down to us from generation to generation. It goes all the way back to Daniel. Their Messiah has been born. We saw his star rising. Now, Houston's First Baptist Church does this pageant, or used to do this amazing pageant every year. My parents were in the choir, and they would make sure we had tickets every year. Hi, Mom and Dad. But we would go, and there was this moment, this incredible moment. You know, the first half of the show is some town, and they're doing some Christmas something, and Santa Claus comes in and all of that. Second half was all the biblical picture of what was going on, the Old Testament prophecies, and ultimately the birth of the child. And then there's this crowning moment where the doors open up, and there's an elephant that walks in the room. And there's a dude in all this circumstance and pomp, and he's riding on top of that elephant. And then a camel comes in from the other way. And then this massive sanctuary, it's kind of like a zoo at this point, you know. And ultimately, this one king is coming up the middle aisle. The other two have made it, and he's the last one to get there. He's like the chief king or wise man or whatever. And he gets off his donkey or camel or elephant or whatever it is. And he gets down and he stands there and he bows before this king. And his train of his robe opens up and he goes all the way down. It's like 30 feet long. It's gold. You're like, wow. Then he holds up this gold offering. I'll never forget it. It's worship. These who've come a long way and gone to a great expense to lift their hearts and their hands to the King. How about you? Are you lifting your heart? Are you lifting your hands to the King? He's not some symbolic king. He's a sovereign king. He's not simply here to inspire you to live a great life. He's here expecting your submission to his leadership over your life. The Magi bowed not because he would one day become king, but because he was king and is king and will always be king. See, to worship Jesus is to not simply admire him, it's to submit to him. Kings don't negotiate authority. They don't ask for your permission. They rule. They reign. And the question for us this Christmas is not, was the baby born? It's who's ruling your heart, you or him? Who's on the throne of your life? The Magi laid gold at his feet and said, Jesus, you rule here.